When I look back at my real estate journey, it's kind of wild to think about how everything started with one tiny decision. Buying a home that didn't feel like a dream home at all. It felt more like a compromise back then, but today, I call it the decision that changed my financial future forever. And that's exactly what I want to talk to you about today. Because people keep waiting for this perfect moment to get started in real estate. The perfect market, the perfect interest rate, the perfect deal. But the truth is, the perfect moment isn't something you wait for. It's something you create by understanding how the game really works. I remember when I bought my very first house. Everyone around me was trying to buy the most house the bank said they could afford. They were stretching their budgets to the edge because it was all about getting that shiny home, with the upgraded kitchen and the fancy neighborhood sign. And here I was, buying this humble little place with a basement I never planned to use, except to rent it out. My mortgage was just $600. And that basement, it paid me $600 a month. Suddenly, I was living for free while my friends were drowning in payments. And that wasn't because I had more money or knew some secret handshake. It was because I looked at that home, not as the place I wanted to show off, but as the foundation for every investment that came after. Living with zero housing expense did something powerful for me. It freed my momentum. While everyone else was stressing about bills, I was stacking cash, building equity, and watching doors open that would have stayed shut. If I had tried to impress someone with granite countertops, I tell people all the time, your first home should pay you. It doesn't have to be your forever home. It doesn't even have to be pretty. It just has to work as your first investment. And once that first property started building equity, things got interesting. You see, real estate gets addictive in the best way. You start watching your mortgage balance drop. You watch home values creep up. And one day, you look at your equity and realize, wait, I can use this to buy another property? That was the moment. I unlocked the power of leverage. Not just using my money, but using the bank's money to multiply what I had. People think you need to be rich to invest in real estate, but honestly, the opposite is true. Real estate is how regular people become wealthy. The bank puts up 97% of the money on an owner-occupied place. You put up 3%, and the whole time, someone else, a tenant, is helping you build equity. Later on, that equity becomes a down payment on your next deal. That simple concept took me from a kid with a basement rental to someone with multiple properties way faster than I expected. But here's the part that really shifted everything for me. I stopped buying properties at market value. I realized that wealth isn't created when you sell a home. It's created the day you buy it. When I started finding homes that were worth $250,000, but buying them for $200,000, that instant $50,000 in equity shaved years off the process. I didn't have to wait for the market to catch up. I was starting ahead. The key was learning how to find motivated sellers. People going through life moments that require speed more than price, relocations, divorces, properties that needed too much work for the average buyer. That's where the opportunities were. And once I learned to find them, the whole game changed. Now, the real magic happened when I built a system. And trust me, I didn't start with one. I was trying to do everything myself at first, screening tenants, fixing toilets, showing properties, crunching numbers, chasing paperwork. It was exhausting. But when I hit around 25 properties, I had a moment where I realized the truth. If I wanted this to scale, I couldn't be the one doing everything. The real breakthrough came when I stopped thinking like a homeowner and started thinking like a business owner. I found property managers. I built relationships with lenders, contractors, realtors. I stopped worrying about giving up a little money because those people were doing 100% of the work. And as soon as I could replicate the process, property after property, everything became smooth. Before long, something incredible started happening. Deals began finding me. My team would bring me opportunities, run the numbers, and I'd step in only when it was time to make a decision. And that freed me up to do the one thing in real estate that actually creates wealth, finding the next deal. Then I started looking beyond my backyard. And I'll be honest, this part was uncomfortable at first. There's something reassuring about being able to hop in the car and check on a property. But the best deals, they're usually not in the city you live in. Once I learned how to spot emerging markets, places with job growth, population growth, housing shortages, it was like discovering another layer of the game. The cash flow was stronger, the appreciation was faster, the returns were better, and I wasn't limited by what my local market was doing. Across the country right now, there are places where you can still buy homes for $150,000 to $200,000 and rent them out for $1,500 a month, sometimes more. And when you combine that with appreciation in the right markets, that's how you multiply your returns instead of adding them. So here's what I want to leave you with today. Real estate isn't about luck. It's not about timing the market. It's about learning a system that works in every market, up, down, or sideways. Your first home can be the foundation for financial freedom if you buy it the right way. Leverage can take you farther than your savings ever could. Buying at a discount accelerates your timeline. Building a team keeps you from burning out. And choosing the right markets? That's how you go from one property to a portfolio. If you take anything away from my experience, let it be this. You don't have to be extraordinary to succeed in real estate. You just have to make decisions that other people aren't willing to make. Once your first property starts paying you, and your second property snowballs your equity into a third, something happens. You stop dreaming about financial freedom and you start living it. And if you're ready to start, really start, I've got tools, resources, and guides below that can help you take the first step. Stick around, dig into the details, and let's build something life-changing together.